Well, hey, it's Catherine from Catherine Puller Designs. In this video, we're going to focus on the Good Book stamp set, the Good Book dies, the Write at Home pattern paper, and the on-the-shelf cover plate. I love this cover plate because it works double duty. Use the die cut shape for a bookshelf or use the little cutouts for layers on your card. We're going to do it both ways in this video. We have 3 sequin mixes that are going to go beautifully with this paper pack. First is Zermatt. It has little snowflakes, peach and mint sequins in there. And then we have Radio City, which is a blue and green mix. And then we have Bogota. You'll find teal and mint and gold sequins in this mix. This is a really fun stamp set that has multiple images that use various stamps to create one image. So it's really easy to create these and use multiple colors of ink on one stamped image. And if you missed the video on how to stamp the books and the globe and the owls, I'll link to it in the description below. And I take you step by step in a very quick video showing you how to do that. Here's the color palette for this patterned paper pack: clay mask, glacier, cashmere, green tea, amber, wintergreen, skylight, cargo. And here are a few cards made with this set of products. So this is the Good Book bundle. You can purchase all the products with one click and get a nice little discount on it. Or Catherine Puller Designs also offers products a la carte, so you can build your own bundle and choose your favorites. Since our book layers each have 3 stamps in the stack, I was getting confused on which stack went on the bottom and which stack had the top book. So I took a Sharpie and wrote on my acetate sheet which stack had the top book and which stack had the bottom book. And so I personally find it easiest to stamp the bottom first, then the outline, then the top stack. You could also do the top, the outline, and the bottom, but I found it easiest to do it with the outline stamp as the middle stamp. I definitely recommend trying this out on scratch paper a few times to get the hang of it before you go to your good stamping cardstock. And we're just making a really simple 1-layer card here. And did you see what happened? I'm covering it with my finger. I got an ink smudge. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. I'm not. So this gives me an opportunity to show you how to take this card up a few notches. So I just stamped that beautiful stack of books. I did the plant on top of it and the sentiment below. And as a 1-layer card, this is really beautiful. Great to send to a friend. But now I got to make it into a layered card. Easy peasy. I'm taking my scallop and dots dies and cutting out my main part, or my main stamped part, with the sentiment, and then I'm going to be able to layer this on my card. I want to go bold with patterned paper, so here are all of the patterns in the Write at Home pattern paper pack, and you know what, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. And the one with the snowflakes, I think it would be really cute to take a die cut snowflake and pop it on to the stack of books also, to tie those snowflakes in together and give just a little bit of a wintry feel. This bundle is from the Curl Up with Winter collection, and we're celebrating our hobbies that we like to do when it's cold outside and we're stuck in the house a little bit more. So reading is one of my hobbies that I love and I spend a lot of time doing, and card making and book reading, I think go very well together. So I thought this theme was really, really fun. And then I'm taking the largest scallop die and die cutting the book pattern. I'm adding foam tape to my layer because of course we have to do that. And then I want to add some more pieces and more interest to take this card up another notch. So all of the images in this stamp set were created to go together and complement each other so that you can build a card like this. We make most of our stamp sets this way, so you're not just using one stamp on a card. Well, of course you can, because you saw how the stack of books looked really cute by itself, right? But then you add the plant on top and you've got a great image. And then you add the globe, pop that up on foam tape, and it just takes it up another level. And then the owl, that's another great addition too. This layered card now can go onto a card front, and of course that can be white. I wanted mine to be colored, so I'm taking the Skylight ink pad. I'm using the direct to paper technique and just swiping my ink pad across the cardstock. I'm using a gentle hand because I want to be careful with my foam ink pad. I don't want to tear or rip it. And I'm just swiping it and making Skylight cardstock. And I think that just really ties this card together and pulls in all those blues, and I really love how this turned out. So I was bummed at first that I made a smudge, but I'm happy with this card. I think it's really, really cute. And then, yeah, hello, a couple sequins. So I grabbed the Zermatt sequins and I'm just gonna add a couple for a little bit of bling. The next card is going to start with the on the shelf cover plate. I have die cut this out of white cardstock, and then I'm just adding this simple pattern. This pattern from the Right at Home pattern paper pack reminds me of wallpaper, and I think it's a great backdrop for the on the shelf cover plate. The pattern paper was cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is a card front size. The cover plate is a little bit smaller, so we're just going to trim the ends off there. Once I adhered the bookshelf to the pattern paper, I wanted a little bit different contrasting situation going on here. So I die cut another one, and I'm just doing a little direct to paper here with light swiping of my ink pad. I'm using Cargo, and then I'm going to adhere the Cargo bookshelf onto the white one. And another added bonus is that's going to give it a little bit more dimension so that that bookshelf isn't totally laying flat against my pattern paper. It's going to be raised up a little more. And that's a nice trick when you're doing die cuts. It's sometimes nice to layer several of them together. Just gives a really nice polished look. And then to decorate my bookshelves, I'm using the images from Good Book stamp set. I have all of my images die cut, stamped, die cut, ready to go. And you guys know me, when I get a new stamp set, I like to do a whole bunch of stamping and die cutting at once, and then I'll have a whole bunch of images to add to my card. And for the sentiment, I took one of the negatives from the bookshelf. It cuts out these really nice rectangles with a really fun polka dotted border. Just added my sentiment on there and trimmed it down and added it to the bookshelf. And then I'm going to customize one of the book stacks here, just trimming that down because I want an owl on top. And in order to get that owl on there, I need a shorter book stack. So that's a fun way to customize this as well. Just cut it to use just a couple books, or 3 books, 5 books, 6 books. And then my stack that's standing up was a little too long, so I just trimmed off the bottom. And I'm going to adhere this next to the flat lay books, and then I'm going to add another owl. And my shelf decorations are finished. And then finishing off the card, I have this funky wood grain print, which I love. And a lot of times I forget to do this. I use a whole sheet of, or not a whole sheet, but a whole 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of pattern paper. And then I do a big layer over the top and I waste all this paper. I don't know why I do that. I just really don't think about it. But I was thinking this time, and I used one of the I'm using the dots and scallops dies. And so I just cut one of those out and I'll save it for another project. And then added foam tape to the back, added it to my card front, and ta-da! Card number 2. For card number 3, we're pulling in the Excerpt stamp set and dies. I love this stamp set. It has quotes from classics, and they are beautiful quotes that you're going to want to stamp on bookmarks, scrapbook pages, cards, notes, gift items, home decor. It's really a fantastic set, and then it has these really great line art images to go with it, and it goes really well with the Good Book bundle. So I'm using the negative shapes from the on the shelf cover plate. I cut those out, and they are perfect for layering over patterned paper and then creating your card around this. So now I have a 3-panel card. I stamped the foliage from the excerpts, and then I'm using the green tea ink pad. I just dabbed it onto a block to make kind of a watercolor palette. And then I'm using a blender pen and I'm coloring in the image. I have stamped and die cut this on watercolor paper. So watercolor paper is going to take a lot more water than regular white cardstock does. So I can go over the same place and add more and more and more color and get more blending when I use watercolor cardstock as opposed to regular white stamping cardstock. So I'm just adding green tea, doing a base coverage, and then adding some shading. And then I have a flower, which is from the same excerpts bundle. I think these flowers in this stamp set are just precious. And I actually haven't made a card just with the flowers yet, but I definitely have it on my to-do list. So I'm using clay mask and green tea and coloring that as well. So the pattern paper has the colors from the ink that I'm using, and it's making everything go together so beautifully. So that green tea, the clay mask, the skylight on the books, the amber on the wings of the owl and the cashmere just really, really ties everything in together and pulls it together, and your cards just look really polished when everything coordinates like this. I have 2 different stamp sets with images that are all going to coordinate together and build this card, and I kind of was not really sure which images I wanted to choose. So I was trying out the plant, the owl, the little flowers. I love how I took the foliage or the greenery and tucked it behind one of those panels. I think that looks really pretty. And then I added on that sentiment. I had die cut it from the excerpts dies, stamps and dies, and then just glued it on there. And then I love how the book stack looks with the owl and that flower. To finish off my masterpiece, I am adding a few sequins from the Zermatt sequin mix. And I knew when I met you an adventure was going to happen. Winnie the Pooh. I love this sentiment, and I think this is a really, really sweet card. When we created this set of stamps, we wanted to give a lot of versatility for creating solid stamped images with lots of color without having to color in. So the stack of books was created 2 sets of stacks, right? So 3 on each. And they're separated so there's room between the books. So it's really easy to selectively ink the individual books in the stack. I love doing this. You can get so many different colors and it just looks fabulous. So first I did clay mask polished in amber and then green tea skylight in wintergreen. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you have colors that are in the same column or next to each other on the color wheel, because you don't want to mix colors across from each other or too far away from each other on the color wheel. So here I was using wintergreen and I just inked up 2 of the books, and then on the top book I inked up over wintergreen and I did skylight. And the wintergreen ink, if a little bit gets on the skylight ink pad, it's not really going to matter because it's a darker blue-green, and the wintergreen is not going to dye or stain. Now, if you did it the other way around and did skylight first and then inked wintergreen over the top of it, that's not going to work because skylight is darker than wintergreen. So I was able to ink them in different colors and then add that outline over the top, and I think they look really, really cute. And then yeah, I got more smudges. It's always a smudge with me. That just gave me an opportunity for embellishment. So I took the negative from the on the shelf cover plate. I added my sentiment, I added some books and a plant, and 3 adorable owls. Of course, I have to finish it off with some sequins, and just like that, I've got card number 4. Actually, I think this is card number 5 because the very first card I made at the beginning of this video was a 1-layer card. I smudged and then had to turn it into a multi-layered. So that counts as 5. But I love all of these cards and they're all color coordinated, which would make them perfect for a gift. Let's take a quick look again at the products. Right at Home Pattern Paper Pack, Good Book Stamp Set and Dies on this shelf cover plate. And here is the first and second card, third card, fourth card, whoop, fifth card. These products are all now available at catherinepooler.com. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I hope to see you again really, really soon.